making big bets on the growing need for more storage space. And no place is that more evident than in Houston. And that is where we find Morgan Brennan tonight.
Just a few miles away from the Astrodome in Houston will soon sit subterranean salt caverns, able to store enough oil to fill the famed stadium. Fairway Energy Partners is developing these caverns that, starting next year, will hold up to 10 million barrels of crude. According to the company's CEO, Chris Hilgert, demand for the storage space has been brisk.
We're actively leasing the capacity right now in the marketplace. It's being received very favorably. We have a competitive cost advantage that we're trying to exploit as much as we can and offer a much-needed service here.
It's one of several high-profile projects under development in the region at a time when, because the world is awash in oil, storage has been filling up. U.S. commercial crude inventories are above 489 million barrels, the highest for this time of year in 8 decades, meaning 2/3 of all U.S. oil storage is in use. Over half of that, 250 million barrels, is sitting on the Gulf Coast, which hit a record high a few weeks ago. Tanks in Cushing, Oklahoma are again filling up as well. Energy companies and oil traders are storing oil rather than selling it because the futures market is valuing crude at higher prices than the spot market. Experts say all of this inventory is a bearish indicator for prices heading into 2016.
The problem is, as you build all of this storage, even when you finally reach a point where supply-demand is balanced, you have this storage hangover, and we have to see these excess storage levels run down before you can ever see the real rebound in crude prices that people are looking for.
Still, a number of companies see storage as a long-term investment opportunity. For example, Phillips 66 is doubling capacity at its Beaumont, Texas terminal, and Enbridge recently announced a $5 billion plan to build 3 oil terminals of its own that would enable the import and export of more crude and petroleum products. Energy data firm Genscape estimates 19 million barrels of above-ground storage is currently under development in the region, in addition to Fairway's caverns.
Lots of new pipeline infrastructure that's built into the Houston market, and the market has responded as best it can to build surface tankage, although more storage is needed in the Houston market to be able to handle a lot of this new inbound crude.
When Fairway's development comes online next year, it will represent 25% of total crude storage capacity in the Houston area. And since salt caverns are typically the least expensive way to store crude, Fairway expects this project to be profitable even when the energy market eventually recovers and demand for storage once again falls. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Morgan Brennan in Houston, Texas.